Hello guys, it's Chandra doing another Wiki Blaze. So, it's already Thursday at almost 3 a.m. Starting it very late this week, but I didn't say I was going to do one this week, so I'll do one this week, but this is kind of like the general whatever kind of week where I just talk about random stuff like games or anime or whatever. Maybe some other miscellaneous stuff. I have a couple updates on video schedules as well later, but most of it'll probably be tomorrow or Friday. Well, for me it feels like Wednesday, but anyway. We'll see, but yeah, today I want to talk about the Pokemon Presents a little bit because I originally was going to come on here to do predictions for it, but I did not. And the reason is because the summer presents usually aren't that interesting. So I was 50-50, but I'm like, I don't want to hype myself up for, like, I don't know, the Gen 5 remakes or something. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because yeah, it was not really that good. There was nothing here. Most of the stuff I don't care about. I mean, Champions, like, that's cool. I don't personally care, but it's good that they showed more finally. But the only thing I cared about beyond like a new announcement would be ZA news, and they did show ZA news. Not as much as I would have liked, but they did summon. The main thing I cared about, the number one reason why I wanted to watch that was, of course, for new Mega Evolutions. They announced this game almost a year and a half ago at this point, and of course new Megas are coming back, and obviously if Megas are coming back, we're gonna get new Megas, so I was very much looking forward to seeing more Megas, and we never saw them, and finally, February this year, new Pokemon Presents, for February 2025, I'm thinking, okay, final 20 year, we're gonna see Megas, we don't, and I'm thinking, okay, well, the Switch 2, or the Switch 1, Switch 2 Directs, maybe we'll see one. We don't. I was like, okay, June Direct will probably see one. Well, there was no June Direct, and so finally it's time. Alright, this is like the last Pokemon Presents, probably. We might get like a trailer or something, because they do sometimes just drop trailers, and also, assuming that there's going to be another Nintendo Direct before this game comes out, we'll probably see something, but I did not know when that was going to be, and, I don't know when those will be. They could be whenever, but, finally, we got a Mega, but it was one Mega. That's the problem, is that after all this time, they only gave us one single Mega for Mega Dragonite, and it's like, why? How is it only one? Like, what happened here? It's a cool Mega, but, like, you had to show, like, 4 or 5 here, I think, because it's been so long. And, in all honesty, show, like, let's just say 4. Alright, assuming we get another Direct before ZA comes out, which I don't imagine we wouldn't, that'd be psychotic. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, actually, but, yeah, you could show, like, 1 there, then you take another trailer with, like, like 2 more or something, I think that'd be good, then it still leaves the majority of them undiscovered, but yeah, you just can build more hype, but, like, 1 Mega, that's insane. See, that's all I have to really say about Pokemon Presents, there just wasn't much for me to say about it. Fortunately, we are apparently getting a Nintendo Direct. Apparently, it's by someone who's been, like, spot on with everything, so they're probably right. It's going to be in July, and seeing as today is, well, Thursday, they usually only do Directs during the week, so they usually don't do them on Fridays either, so I don't think it'll be the 25th. I highly doubt it. They don't do them on weekends, but I don't actually know why they don't do them on weekends. You think that'd be the best time to do them? People are home. I don't know why they do them at, like, 8, 9, 10 a.m. on a weekday? That just seems dumb. I know time zones and stuff, because, like, I know in Japan, I do think that, like, the kind of early morning hours are generally the best, because like, early morning for, not early morning, but morning for US is good, because then it's, like, kind of late night in Japan, but not, like, too late, especially if they do, like, 8. I think 8 a.m., or, I'll say 9. 9 a.m. is probably perfect, because it's, like, midnight in Japan, so it's not that late if you want to stay up for it. It's morning here, and then it's, like, midday in Europe, so Europe actually does really well, so overall, I think it's a good time. Maybe you could, move that around a little bit, but still, I guess 8 would be perfect, 'cause that's like 11 in Japan. I think 11 in Japan would be like really nice, but yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that's like a pretty good time to do it. But the problem I have is that why is it on a weekday? Because like okay, like it'd be good to do this. Like why not do something on a Saturday? Because if it's a Saturday, it's like okay, well, midday in Europe, people are home. Okay, it's the morning, so if people want to get up, it's not too early, but it's well, I guess it's for depending on like if it's like West Coast at 6 a.m. kind of sucks, but if you want to get up for it, you can, or stay up for it, or whatever. But in Japan, people don't have to work the next day. Most people, so or go to school. Anyway, that's a rant I wanted to get out of the way, but yeah. So it's usually Tuesday to Thursday. I don't know if Monday directs are a thing. I don't think they usually do Monday directs. I don't think so. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the days that they usually do them. Mondays, possibly, I guess. Fridays, I don't think so, but it's during the week, so it's not impossible, I guess. But I highly, highly doubt it. And then Saturday, Sunday, no. So once we get a Surprise Friday Direct, it looks like we are not getting a Nintendo Direct this week, unfortunately. But apparently next week is the week, and listen, they said a July Direct already, and it makes sense. I'm willing to bet money that it will be Thursday because Thursday is July 31st. Like, of course it'd be the final day of July. Why wouldn't it be the last day they could possibly do it? Why not? But yeah, it's just kind of annoying. But yeah, we're waiting on the direct. So yeah, the rest of this week will largely just be games and anime stuff, which I guess I could talk about games today. Why not? I'm just standing here. So games, I guess. I think I talked about Bowser's Fury already. Pretty sure I did. That was a few months ago. Yeah, I definitely did. Mario Kart World, I think I talked about this one as well. I like the game. Have some problems. I don't like the intermissions, like the forced thing. Like, I don't like that they force them. And I think that people are already not talking about this game. So again, I think this is why you should have done a June Direct, like mid to late June. You could have announced an update or something so people could have something to look forward to. Now the game's kind of dead, like, already. You missed the mark there, but yeah. Yeah, there really needed to be a June Direct, if not like first half of July. I think it's already later than it should be, but at least we're getting one in July. It's better than wait till September, but yeah. Anyway, so I played that. I liked it, but yeah, whatever. After that, I did play Kirby Superstar, which is like kind of random. I haven't played a. When's the last time I even went through? Oh, I guess it hasn't been that long. I guess it wasn't SNES, but it was Genesis. I played like 2 years ago. I played the Sonic games, the original ones. Well, replayed them. But yeah, I play Kirby Superstar, which is really good, and like I feel like it doesn't get enough praise because that game is like really innovative as well. Like, it's such a good game. It's genuinely great. So, like, I honestly think it should be up there because people when they talk about like SNES, it's like, oh, Mario World, Super Metroid, A Link to the Past, these are like the best games, and but I don't know why this game isn't up there with them, like in terms of like first party stuff. Really should be in the conversation, I think. But yeah, it's really, really good. After that, I played another game which I don't know if I would say I like it more or not. It's very close to Kirby Superstar and well, no, it's just close with that for second. My least favorite game of the year was definitely Bowser's Fury. And then fourth, I'd say so far is because I'm going to be playing more games this year. But yeah, fourth, again so far is Mario Kart because it kind of was disappointing. And then I think I'm gonna say third is Kirby, despite how much I like it. But second, I'm gonna say Undertale. Yeah, I never played Undertale, and I decided, you know what, I'll try it out, and I liked it. It was a really good game. I'm not really one for RPGs, but there's two reasons for that. First is the combat is, in my opinion, horrendous. I absolutely despise turn-based combat. Yes, I like Pokemon, but I for some reason, am not bothered by it. I don't know why. I think it's just because I grew up with Pokemon. I know all this stuff. I've always known it. I grew up like watching the show. You know, and you just know a lot about this series. It doesn't feel. It just feels very, I guess, normal, like something I'm used to. And so for me, Pokemon doesn't bother me. But anytime I've ever tried to play another RPG, it does. So the thing I like about this is that first step, if you do attack, it's like a pattern thing, which is cool. So there's at least some interaction there. That's cool. And then also, basically when you're, getting attacked, it's not just sitting there seeing what they do. Like, no, you actually have to dodge stuff. And, like, it's very interactive. It's not slow and boring. You have to do stuff, which I think is good. Is it my favorite thing in the world because it's kind of like a bullet hell? No. But I definitely like it more than RPG, and it's still good enough for me to, play and not complain about. So I still do enjoy it. And that's cool, but the other problem I have with RPGs, and this is actually the bigger one, because if there's like again, let's just say like a really good, like mechanically it's great, even better than this. The story's amazing. Everything about this game is like a 10 out of 10, right? It does not matter to me if with this other issue, and that is the length of the game. If you try, like, look, Persona, I tried playing Persona 5. I did not get. I don't know how that game works because I got to a point, I believe it was June, but I think you go through like a whole year or something, and like, do you actually go through the whole year as like a time skip? I feel like there has to be a time skip somewhere, right? But I got like 10, 15 hours into the game and stopped because like, it's so long. And like the game is cool, but I just don't want to sit down for 100 hours in a game. Like I just don't. If you look at my Switch like stats, right, I only have a single game above 100 hours at Smash, which has like 300 hours, I think. Because I like playing games, I just don't like playing games for long periods of time. I play my game, have my fun with it, and then I usually move on. If a game is really, really good, I might come back to it or replay it even. Um, that's less common. And I'm not really big into multiplayer games anymore, so I don't like just sit down and continuously play games. I guess Smash is an exception. I guess kind of Mario Kart, but still. I think Splatoon 3 is the one other game that has more out. Like, well, that's 90 hours, but that's like the closest. But when I think of Splatoon, it's like, okay, well, I played through the single player. I did every single thing in there, 1,000% of it. Replayed multiple missions multiple times because I just liked it a lot. Also, 1,000% side order, which takes forever. And then, I didn't play a ton of online, but I played a decent bit of Salmon Run. Also played some online. Also, I did a lot of weapon testing just because I like, checking out all the new weapons. That was quite a few hours right there. And you're telling me all of that is less than the length of like an RPG. Like I'm not playing that because mechanically, Splatoon is one of my favorite games of all time. And an RPG is not going to hit that, I don't imagine, so I'm simply not playing 100 hours for a game. And that's why I liked Undertale, because it was like, what, 7 hours, I think? Like the base game. Because, yeah, you could replay it. I know that there was, like, another ending, and I know people are going to complain about this. I didn't replay it, I just watched the other endings on YouTube, which I know people don't always like. But for me, I just don't care about replaying something to do that. Like, hey, I played the game, I had my fun with it, I'm good. That's all I care to do. So, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. I just don't want to replay the game because it's just not what I do usually. I'll probably play Deltarune as well. It's probably the next game I'll play. Not yet though, but at some point. And then after that, we have the best game so far this year, which I actually thought Undertale was going to be number one, but it's Donkey Kong Bonanza. I thought Bonanza was going to be good, but I wasn't sure if it'd beat out Undertale or Kirby Superstar. I was just hoping it was better than Mario Kart, and this is easily the best game of the year. There's a good chance that this is just the best game of the year for me. Like, regardless of whatever else comes out, like this game is like unnecessarily good. Like it's crazy. The gameplay is really fun. I like the movement a lot here. It's just like the environments are really nice. It's just like it feels not challenging. I wouldn't say it's like hard, but I feel like there's enough challenge where it's like, okay, well I can't just like sit here and breeze through the game. Like you sometimes gotta lock in a little bit. or at the very least, like, certain things require certain, skill sets. So I think you have to be like, okay, well, for this, I have to try and figure out what makes this work, or how do I beat this enemy. I think that's at least cool. Like, it's not just like punch your way through everything. Like, you have to, actually think a little bit. So that's cool. But yeah, it's a phenomenal game, and I am at what I think is the final boss. I hear there's posting and stuff. I haven't gotten to that yet, so I'll probably do the final boss like in a few hours, and then I don't know. I'll maybe talk a little bit about that, but I won't say what the final boss is. But like, there was a certain moment that I thought was like really crazy later on. Yeah, it kind of completely just flips things on its head. It's like, oh, it's wild, and then there's another thing I'm thinking of. Oh yeah. The kind of the setting of the end is just really crazy and cool. So I don't want to say, I don't really think people are gonna watch this, but I don't want to spoil what those are just in case, because it's just crazy. But yeah, Bonanza's great. It's a really good game. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. So I want to finish that and probably do some post game stuff. Again, I don't know if I'll do all of it. I probably won't. I'll check some stuff out, but once I beat the final boss, I might be largely done with the game. I'll probably do a little bit of exploration in, like the last area, just out of curiosity, assuming I can anyway. But yeah, that'll probably be it. Again, I don't usually do a lot of post game stuff. I usually like like Pokemon. I sometimes will, but like if the post game's just like, oh, challenge the bosses again, find more stuff, which is cool. It's good for people that want to do those things, but for me personally, that's just not what I do. So I'm probably just about done with this game, which, hey, I mean, I've liked it a lot, so I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, it's been really good. Yeah, it's great. So I think that is all for today, though. That actually was longer than I expected, so that's good. But yeah, anime and stuff. I have to actually figure out. I have to probably look back. I think to like April or so. I think that's the last time I talked to. I like did like a general episode where I talked about anime. Probably, or was it June? I have to check. But yeah, I talked about that a while ago, and I'll have to figure out what shows. Well, I know when I watched each show. I just need to know when the cutoff point is, so I know what shows to talk about. But I'll probably figure it out before I record next, and then talk about anime, and then maybe give some other general random things, because I think we're also going to record next week as well, because, direct, so, assuming it happens, but I guess we'll see. But anyways, yeah, that's everything for today, so I'll be back with probably anime stuff, like, tomorrow or the day after or something. We'll see. Alright, it is now Saturday, or I guess technically Sunday, at like 1:30 a.m., so I am here for the last of the week. This time I will talk about some anime stuff, also a little bit of scheduling stuff, because schedule kind of got derailed as per usual, because shipping has just been an absolute train wreck for Beyblade. Everything has just been horribly delayed. Even changing a different site, it's the same, so really gonna have to find a site that is less populated. Because everyone's just like, after certain sites kind of shut down, I feel like it's just been like everyone flocks to like a few different sites. So I need to just find somewhere really obscure, or just order direct, I guess. But I don't really want to, because that's shipping anyway. Let's see. Before that though, we'll talk about some anime stuff. So we'll just have my list here, just so I don't have to stand here thinking for like 5 years. But unfortunately, I have a lot of things that interrupt my lists. But yeah, anyway, I will find it eventually. But yeah, let's see. Okay, there we are. Anime lists. Yeah, as per usual, I want to talk about anime stuff just because that's what I do sometimes. But well, not. I feel like that makes it sound like I do it more than often. But yeah, every few months, I just kind of like to talk about anime stuff that I've watched. Last time, let's see, it was, I believe I just finished ReZero Season 3. Okay, so I actually have quite a few things after that, I think. Or was it... Did I miss something on here? I don't think so. Unless if I watched something... No. Okay. ReZero Season 3. Then I watched Umaru Season 2. So, as a fun fact, I may have actually mentioned this, but, because I got the Umaru Season 2 box sets, in March. I hadn't actually seen Umaru Season 2. I watched Season 1 back in, 2017, in November, so it was, over 7 years. I finally caught up on Season 2. I don't imagine we're getting a Season 3 because I think Season 2 was in 2017. I think it was literally airing when I watched Season 1, and I just never watched Season 2 after for some reason. So I don't think we're getting a Season 3 at this point. Would be cool. I mean, I hope we do, but, I don't know, a lot of shows are like, if you get past a certain point, it's not happening. Umaru's notable enough to where it could maybe happen, but I don't know if it is still at that level. Like, I know for my favorite anime of all time, Haruhi. Actually, we'll wait on that. We'll talk about Haruhi later, but, certain anime I think were, big enough to where even after so many years, it can still happen. It's just, will it? But I liked Umaru Season 2. After that, I watched Steins Gate. I feel like I've talked about this, actually. Maybe I did talk about Steins Gate. I know I haven't talked past Steins Gate, though. But Steins Gate, yeah, it was really good. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it. It's one of those anime that I had my eye on ever since it actually started airing back in 2011, though I probably should not have watched it back then, so it's probably good I didn't, because I would not have been able to understand what was going on. I'd been 10? So, I knew about it though, and I thought it looked interesting, I just didn't watch it, and then I thought maybe 2013, 14. I'm actually glad I waited on that. I think a lot of those shows that are kind of, they actually have good plots, I'm glad I waited on them. Because if I was I don't know, 10 to 13, 14, I wouldn't have really gotten what they were going for. So I'm glad I waited, but yeah, it was really good. And it was one of the shows I was going to watch quite a few years ago, but I didn't. I just have a list of shows I just kind of keep where I'm I just feel like watching something really, really good. I don't want to spend everything all at once, so I don't. And so I just figured, you know what, I think it's time to watch it. I just finished, because I watched it right after I finished college, did my last stuff, so I'm like, alright, I could watch Steins Gate now. I have I have a degree, so I guess I'm good to go. But yeah, so I watched that, and yeah, it was really good. Great series. Not my number one for this year though. Of things that I watched, I still think Kino's Journey is my favorite of this year, but Steins Gate's really, really good still. Let's see. Okay. Well, I will say with Steins Gate, because people always talk about the latter half being the best part. I liked the first half more. I think I just really like slice of life type of stuff. And I've noticed this with shows where you get to this point to where everything has changed from the earlier parts. And I tend to like the earlier parts more. Depends on the plot. Steins Gate's good, so I still like the later parts. I wouldn't want to stay stagnant, but I just like the vibe of the earlier parts. This series got crazier, and I did some of the crazier stuff. It was really good, but yeah, I don't know. I did just enjoy some of the earlier stuff, I guess. But yeah, I do think the end though, the last couple episodes were really, really good, so that's fine. I did watch what was there's oh yeah, a movie. Those were good, not as good as the main series though. And I know there's the alternative version, Steins Gate Zero, which I have not watched. I basically decided that for certain series, I'm just gonna watch what I want for them, because technically they're not. Because Zero isn't technically part of the main story, but it's kind of still canon. It's weird. I was the same way with Kino's Journey and Boogie Pop Phantom, because it's okay, well, there's Boogie Pop the original, then there's the different thing from 2019. Kino's Journey has the two versions from 03 and 17, so it's do I just watch all of them? I should, but I'm whatever, I'll just watch those. So I have more stuff. I can go back and I guess just go through Kino's Journey 2017, Boogie Pop 2019, and then Steins Gate Zero, as a alternative trilogy of shows of things that I've already seen, which is interesting, I guess. So that'll be, I don't know when that'll be. I don't even know if it'll happen, but we'll see. But Steins Gate was really good. It was also the last full anime I watched before my surgery. Speaking of the show that I was watching at the time was Endro, which Endro, I don't know why I watched this show actually. I remember seeing it, and then I decided to watch it for some reason. I feel like I heard it mentioned in some way before that like made me want to watch it for some. I don't know why it was, but I just remember seeing it and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll watch it, and it wasn't really that good. It wasn't terrible, but yeah, it was okay. It was fine. Probably a good show to watch while at the hospital and in recovery because I didn't want to have to follow along with anything crazy. And this was a fairly straightforward, nothing really happening kind of show. So you know what? Probably for the best. But yeah, that one kind of just happened, and then see after that. Okay, then we have. Oh yeah, sometimes hides our feelings in Russian. This is a really good show. I actually liked this a lot more than I expected. It was interesting. It gave me kind of like school light novel vibes of like something you've seen like 2013 to 15, but like good. And yeah, I don't know. It was really enjoyable. I hear it's getting a season two. I will definitely be watching a season two because yeah, it was great. I also watched after that. I just want to continue with that kind of stuff. So I watched The Dangers of My Heart, which I actually liked the former more than this show, which is surprising because everyone seems to like the show a lot, and I think it is really good. It's probably technically better written, but the other one I think is just a little more entertaining. This one's still really entertaining, really really good. Um, if we get a season three for this show, which I assume we would at some point, I'll watch that as well. But yeah, another good show. And then after that, we then of course have the last one here, which yeah, that's was there. No, there wasn't like a second season or anything I watched. I don't think. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Like, no, I'm definitely not. Okay, never mind, never mind. The last show I watched was Hinamatsuri. Hinamatsuri, just saw it and I'm like, sure, why not? I don't know why. I went into the show blind. I actually knew nothing about the series. I just decided to watch it. Like, I had only seen like an image of like the whatever was on my anime list, and I just watched it. And you know what? I actually liked it. It was fun. Nothing crazy, but it was definitely a fun show. So cool. And then after that, yeah, I did my rewatch stuff. I rewatched Imaginary Brilliant Park instead of Trinity this year, which I partially regret, partially don't. Imaginary Brilliant Park, it's not as good as I remember. I will say it's still good, but not to the level that I remembered it being, which is a little unfortunate. Then, of course, I did my annual rewatches of Haganai and Haruhi. Haganai, still just a fun show, just a good vibe around that time of year. And then also Haruhi, which I finished, last week? So, yeah, Haruhi, yeah, great series. Despite the fact that the movie came out in 2010, we haven't gotten anything from the main series since. I still vote for season 3, because it was such a huge series, such a notable name. When the name comes back up, I know there's still a lot to talk about, at least in Japan. I know Japan, it's still pretty noteworthy when it does come up. I know in the West it's not as notable, but anime culture in the West has evolved a lot, and a lot of fans came around during the pandemic, and for them, Haruhi was long gone. Because anime started becoming popular, but even before then, like, I think back to, like, Attack on Titan, not Attack on Titan, Sword Art Online, and then Attack on Titan, and, like, Tokyo Ghoul, like, that trio in my mind from 2012 2014 really got things going, and obviously like in 2015 like One Punch Man. So I feel like there's a lot more anime fans coming around in the like early-ish to mid 2010s, and by then Haruhi was done, and I don't think it had the same, you know, power it did a few years earlier. They're still noteworthy, but as time went on, a few years go by, I guess the pandemic, I think now it's definitely not as notable. Though if a season 3 happened, I think it would really do a lot. But as of now, hard to say. But in Japan, I mean, anime, of course, has always been more prominent out there, so I think it would do great. So still hope for that. I enjoy my rewatch. I need to actually order the new light novel that came out a couple weeks ago. Not a couple weeks ago, I think it was last week or something. And I need to read that actually. So I've read everything else. I read Intuition in what, 2022? Yeah, June of 22, which was really good. So we'll read Theater. Hopefully, I should probably order that like tomorrow or something, but we'll see. Anyway, and then lastly, I'm like what, not even halfway through this, but I am watching the second season of The Apothecary Diaries. This is like the thing I knew I was going to watch immediately after I was done researching horror week. This is just a really, really good show. Yeah, it's still great, really, really great, and yeah, I knew just going in like yeah, once I'm done researching my stuff, I am watching this immediately, and I am watching it immediately. So it's been really good. So that's fun. But yeah, I think that's everything for the anime side of things. I'm actually going to turn my camera a bit before I talk more. Alright, so I'm back. I just wanted to turn my camera up a bit because, well, it was blinking red for a bit, so I'm like, it might be fine, but I don't know. Also, I set up some stuff there, which I'll talk about in a minute. Anyway, video schedule stuff. Okay, so yeah, my video schedule got entirely derailed because, yeah, Beyblade stuff is just not here. I don't have Pegasus Blast, Cerberus Flame, Whale Flame, or Rock Leone. None of it's here. At this point, I don't think any of it's going up in July, unfortunately. Unless it ships out, like, tomorrow, and it really goes quickly. I just don't see it getting here in time. Because it's at the 27th now. Even I guess like the 30th, like, who cares? So my plan at this point is once I get it, it's all going the same day. All 4 of the videos, technically 5, because I will have the Random Booster Volume 7 Commons Only Unlisted video, but yeah, all those just go up. They just do, and that'll be that. I'll just leave it like that. And yeah, probably, I'm hoping for the 2nd, but not here by then, or I think the 1st. I don't know if I'll do the 2nd, because, well, no, I'll do the 2nd, but yeah, I don't know, but hoping the 2nd, if not like the 4th, but yeah, so I don't think that's getting here. So basically I've been derailed. This video is up the 28th, and then also the 28th, probably a couple hours later, I'd assume. Unless I just forget and this goes up really late for some reason, but I'll have the bottom end video, the our power type's unique enough bottom end discussion. I already actually made this video. Made it on Thursday, just actually edited and rendered it earlier today, so a couple hours ago. That video, I don't think it was the greatest, but it is a bottom video that at least functions as a bottom video, and it wasn't bad enough to where I wanted to redo it, or, I don't think it was interesting enough to really warrant redoing it, but it's still the concept, it's good enough to upload, I think. It's barely, but yeah, it's fine. I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of that video, but yeah, anyway. It's whatever. I think just getting anything Bellman related up to this point is just, like, why not? Because they don't have much else to talk about for Bellman, so kind of just is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, beyond that though, my August schedule is so far mostly the same. It's just that now I'll have a bunch of videos added into the start because, you know, shipping doesn't work. But yeah, anyway. And then I'm thinking the 29th of this month is like the last thing to talk about is for Blaze Talks. I will do the first Blaze Talks, which will just be, I decided it's going to be Blaze Talks about Blaze Talks. So I'll just make a video kind of reintroducing the series since it has been about a decade. So that'll be that. Then I'll do more of them. I don't know which ones I'm going to do, but I'll probably do a couple in August. Again, there's a few I could choose from. I could do like my Box Deck Retrospect one. I could do one on just Box Deck collecting. I could do one on video game collecting, or I could even do like a Beyblade one if I want to. It'll just be something that I can bring out every now and again to talk about, you know, random things if I feel like it. So that's what that's going to be for, and I'm going to do the Blaze Talks about Blaze Talks video right now. And with that, I will be done for July, because this isn't going to have like any editing. It's an unlisted video, but yeah, and then once that's done, I'll put together any hard cuts I need to put in, if there are any for some reason. If not, then I just upload direct and we're good to go. And yeah, I'll upload the weekly blaze tomorrow, for the 28th, and then a couple days I'll do the blaze toss on the 29th, and then we're good. And there's nothing else for July at that point, I don't imagine. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping to have more in the back half of July here. I was hoping it's going to be pretty noteworthy, but yeah, it's all going to be kind of crammed into one day in August because I don't want to space stuff out because it's already late, and those videos are probably going to bomb as is. And I haven't really been enjoying the unboxings that much recently, I'm not going to lie, so I'm not looking forward to even making them, but I'll do it. But yeah, I don't see them doing particularly well, which is unfortunate, but whatever. Anyway, I think that's it for this week. I'll probably be recording it again next week, though. We're supposed to get a Nintendo Direct, so something we do. Expect another weekly blaze for next week, but if we actually don't, then I'm skipping next week, and then the week after might be another one, because usually in August we get Beyblade news early, so if that's the case, it might be the week after, but we'll see. Anyway, that's all for this week, though, so thanks for watching, and bye-bye.